Welcome back. We're going to be doing a star door now, and this one requires us to bring to me the boy with eyes of amber and the princess of an indomitable will. Only then shall the door open. Well, that's clearly got to be Joshua. And Chloe. Who else would it be? Open the door, there you go. I want to spend more times in, this space, this area. It's just, I don't know, there's something relaxing about it, strangely. Is it just me? I shall grant you a memory fragment of my blessing. You're alright, I don't need the blessing. Breaking news! Liberl News, special issue. The flying city falls. Liberl is safe once more. Glory to the young braces who saved us all from crisis. Featured story. The Liberl Ark collapses. Enigmatic object gone in a flash. The mysterious structure that appeared last month over Valeria Lake disappeared as suddenly as it came, collapsing loudly in a giant mountain of rubble into the lake. Many of our readers may have witnessed the moment for themselves, but it seems that it was visible not only from Liberl, but from the southern edge of the Empire and from Calvert as well. A small minority argued that the structure may have been a new weapon belonging to the Royal Army, but this turn of events seems to conclusively rule out that possibility. The collapse of the Liberl Ark also caused a 2-arge high tsunami around the edges of the lake, but so far there have been no reports of serious injuries, fatalities, or missing persons as a result of this. The worst that seems to have been reported is the number of unfortunate fishermen who were unable to escape in time, getting covered in water. What was the Liberl Ark? According to an investigation by the Royal Guard and Bracer Guild, it was a flying city from ancient Sumerian times. How exactly it came to be above Valeria Lake to begin with, or what caused it to collapse remains to be confirmed. It appears to be without a doubt that the international crime syndicate known as the Society was somehow involved. While this is yet to be officially confirmed, reports suggest that an investigation team in the city encountered a group of Crimson soldiers there, supporting the above theory. This place is just one mystery after another, but we can't let those guys get away with any more than we already have, said a member of the team. Furthermore, the Ries Central Factory and the Royal Army are planning to continue investigating the Liberl Ark, and to this end will be launching a combined salvage operation. Recovering from the shutdown. Around the time of the Liberl Ark's collapse, the orbital shutdown phenomena that tormented the whole of the country finally ceased. As a result, many now believe that the city caused the phenomena, but no conclusive proof of this has been established, and we can only await further research into the issue. Thoughts? The orbital shutdown phenomena and the chaos that was created as a result have been a sobering reminder of just how dependent all of us are on orbits in our daily lives. Perhaps something similar may never happen again, but this is still a good opportunity to reflect on just how much we owe to orbits, and perhaps to try and reduce our reliance on them. Politics. Crown Princess Claudia's been busy. As previously reported, Her Highness Princess Claudia is now the nation's Crown Princess. As a result, we will be referring to her as such in all publications moving forward. Crown Princess Claudia wasted no time after assuming her position in meeting with Prince Olivert of the Erebonian Empire, and together they reconfirmed our two nations' relationship with one another. After the discussions, they both boarded the Arcee together. It's widely expected that this meeting will contribute to ensuring peaceful relations with Erebonia in the future. In addition, the pair plan to both be in attendance at the upcoming banquet to be held at Gransel Castle. We will bring you all the latest on that in due time. Closing thoughts. As you all know, our homeland of Liberl has fallen victim to a vast number of calamities over the past year. There was the coup d'etat, the bizarre changes at the tetracyclic towers, coming under the assault of an ancient dragon, our capital being attacked, and finally, the Liberl Ark's appearance, as already discussed in this very issue. What you may not know, however, is that there is a group of young men and women who are involved in the resolution of all these crises. their steel-like will and undying determination leading them to their conclusions. If not for them, these crises may have not been resolved or taken a turn for the worse. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank them for all they have done for us. Thank you. You are truly this nation's great hope. We're gonna see faults. What's taking you so long, Dorothy? Get a move on or I'm gonna leave you behind. Wait for me. No time for waiting. If we take much longer, the banquet's gonna start without us. We're talking about a big celebration held by the Queen here. Being late isn't an option. I'm so hungry. Oh, she dead. Bluff. I can't walk another step. I have a horrible feeling I know what's going on here. You skipped lunch so you could eat more at the banquet, didn't you? I didn't even have breakfast. I haven't eaten a thing since yesterday. Going 30 hours without eating is making me feel all kinds of lightheaded. What the hell were you thinking? I can't move. Carry me? Hell no. Come on, we're going. There's no way we can miss an occasion like this. There's gonna be Adius knows how many famous people there. First on the agenda is snapping a photo of Her Majesty and the Crown Princess, and then... You're just dragging her? Huh? Actually isn't so bad. Whee! Should have had a wee. It should have had a wee. Oh, there's quite a large number of people here. At one point, this very capital was placed in grave danger. But thanks to the efforts of everyone here and many others, all is well. This humble banquet is intended to be an occasion to celebrate that fact, as well as to honor all those who contributed to making it a reality. If you would, Claudia. Of course. All those invited to today's party contributed in one way or another to protecting the peace of Liberl by ending the peril we were faced with. Whether it was extending a helping hand to those in need or working to fight off the threats that instilled fear in the hearts of our people. As this country's future monarch, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you all very much. Holding this party is nothing compared to all you have done, but we just made it. Phew, we're finally here. Food, someone give me food! What the hell are you doing? Eating can wait. We've got pictures to take. Crown Princess' speech might be finishing soon. Okay. Well, I do hope you'll enjoy your time here all the same. I'm sure you're all busy men and women, burdened by a great many responsibilities and concerns. But today, I would ask that you all cast those aside in order to rest, relax, and enjoy yourselves. The food on offer here is some of the finest in Liberl, so by all means partake until you can no more. And may the goddess bless this nation. Oh, yes, it was quite good, yes. Who's that? Chloe really is something else, huh? I'm not sure I could dress super nice and get up in front of a crowd like this and make a big speech the way she just did. Is that I see who's up in the top right? Yeah, she is. Said she wasn't feeling confident about how she'd do as Crown Princess before. But from where I'm standing, she's doing just fine. Seeing her is making me kind of jealous, though. Wish I could pull off fancy dresses the way she does. You got something to say, mister? Oh, it's nothing. Just not all that girly most of the time. It always takes by surprise when you suddenly are. What do you mean I'm not girly? Sure, lately we've been so busy with helping getting Liberl back in shape I haven't had time to go back home. That doesn't mean I don't want to wear a pretty dress or something once in a while, you know. I know. Still, it really is surprising just how much you've grown even in these past few weeks. I have? Well, it's been pretty tough running up and down the country so much, but you've kept up with ease. And your judgments as a bracer are getting more spot on with every decision you make. Fancy dress or not, I think you're a pretty wonderful person, Estelle. I don't know why, but it's weird hearing you pile on the compliments so much. What can I say? I'm glad that things seem to have finally calmed down a bit on the work front these past few days. The capital might not be entirely the way it was, but it's getting there. I think we can finally afford to take a breather. Yeah. Oh, look! Look at all that food. I mean, it's Annalise, you know. The chefs in the castle supposedly made the entire spread, too. There's no way I'm missing out on this. Didn't get to enjoy the food back during the birthday festivities. So now's my time to pick out big time. I'm gonna eat until I barf. I won't advise it. Stay right here, okay, Joshua? I'm gonna go scope out the goods. She might have grown in some areas, but she's still got a ways to go in others. Hey, look! How you doing, Joshua? Still not here with you? You just went to get food a second ago, actually. Are you two here for more work than fun? Bingo. Not many occasions where this many famous faces are gathered in one place. There's no way we could pass up the chance to come and score some interviews. I don't think you're getting out of here without answering some questions either. We'll get to you two later. So no going home until you've spoken to us all, right? Alright. Great. Next up is the Crown Prince. Oh, I was gonna say hold on and stuff like that. Hop to it, Dorothy. I can't go on, I need something to eat. Let me have something to eat. Not until we're done. Questions to ask, photos to take. Why are you so mean? Joshua's just staring blankly into space. He's even more fired up today than usual. I wonder how Estelle's doing. Bloop, bloop. Sounds like there's a leak somewhere. So much for scoping out the food. Suppose this is as good a chance as any. I owe a lot to the people here on a personal level too. Maybe I should go around and thank them while I have the chance. Oh, that's a good idea. Like, let's go speak to Richard. Because it's like, hello. You were able to make it, Richard. Thanks to Brigadier General Ries' generosity, yes. I've received an official pardon from Her Majesty for my actions. Probably for foiling the Society's attack on Granson, right? It's good news. Happy for you. I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel as though I deserve to be pardoned at all. Now that a nation is at peace, I feel this is the time I should be facing up to my crimes, not having them swept under the rug. I'll say I don't understand, but still. Please, Joshua, you needn't look so concerned. I have no intention of refusing Her Majesty's kindness or going against her will. I merely feel a strong desire to settle things within myself, and I fully intend on following through. That is all. Alright then. Thanks to Brigadier General Bride's mercy, I was able to receive a full pardon for my actions. Still feel as though I need to settle things with myself after what I did. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to find you here. Still, thank you very much for your support during the attack on Gransel. It really did help us out. Oh, please, I only did what I did because it was one of His Excellency's bail conditions. Make no mistake, I wouldn't have helped any of you worthless dregs otherwise. I don't think it would be so hard to accept a thank you. I presume your business here is finished, then kindly be gone. You'll get in His Excellency's way, standing around here. Alright, we get it, you're a fangirl. You. Sure are a lot of guests today. By all means, help yourself to any of the food here. It'll taste much better while it's still hot. Excuse me. Have I given you some food already? No, you haven't given me anything. Where's my food? I'll be careful where I'm going, so I don't want to, like, bump into the story. It's that sort of thing. It's like, if I can get a glimpse of areas before I go there. Oh, Joshua. It's been a long time since I last saw you. It's good to see you again too, Professor. Though speaking of the last time, I heard there's a plan in motion to pull up the Liberl Ark from the lake and investigate it. Liberl Ark? You heard alright. It will be carried out in conjunction with the Royal Army. That's not to say it'll be easy, of course. Valeria Lake's fairly deep down, so we can't start hauling up bits of the city all willy-nilly. They're intending to work on making a map of the lake's bottom using sonar first. It's going to take quite some time as it is. I like the fact you've got sonar. Oh, geez, alright then. Like, how far are you developing? I wish it hadn't collapsed all of a sudden like that to begin with. If it had just gone one more hour, I could have taken a research sample too. Oh well, there's no point in lamenting what you can't do anything about. Just have to make do with what I've got. So when are you coming? Hold on, I haven't even... Oh, Joshua. Hey man, making the rounds? That's the thing. Something like that, yeah. Anything interesting going on with you? Sort of. I get said he was going to come over for dinner in Zeiss a while back. I was just asking him when he's free. Oh, that's right, so we did. And we were getting off the Orsay, right? I didn't really mean it though, it was just one of those things you say in passing but don't give much thought to. Ain't exactly swimming in free time, you know, being a brace is busy work. I'd like to go, sure, but I've got no idea if I'll actually have time to do it. But I've been looking forward to you coming ever since. Okay, let me think. Maybe the end of the month? That should be okay. I think that Friday's free. I think. Really? Is that a promise? Yeah, I guess. What kind of dishes do you like? Any old set of groceries I can shove down my neck is fine by me. Nothing special at all? Oh, well, you had better leave them alone for now. I wouldn't want to get in their way. And this you like, nothing special at all. Right, you. Teacher took out a small notebook and started scribbling in it. What are you scribbling? What are you scribbling? I'm delighted to see you were able to attend tonight's banquet. Please do enjoy yourself. I won't. I refuse. The whole garden terrace is accessible to guests of tonight's party, so please don't feel restricted and do enjoy yourselves. Oh, you needn't worry about us. The Academy has suffered no major damage as a result of what happened. It was certainly a shock to the students, but they're all back to their usual cheery selves now. It's a pleasure to see you again, Joshua. You too, Lila. Have you been well? I have, thank you. Although I wish I could say the same for the mayor. She collapsed from overworking herself the other day. As such, I had no choice but to force her to take some time off work. Not bad. I'm afraid so. She was finally able to rest and recover enough to my satisfaction, thankfully. So she's now returned to her duties. I assure you she's in good hands. Left unattended, Mayor Mabel would likely work herself into a grave, so it falls to me to make sure that she rests when necessary. Determined to make sure she takes good long rest after things have settled down enough in Bose. I assure you that she's in good hands. I had heard the academy was actually occupied by army assailants at one point. I was ever so worried when I first heard the news. Yes, that was quite a predicament. This is some party, isn't it? I don't think you'll find a banquet with a guest list quite like this anywhere. Used to be a businessman, so I did my fair share of occasions like this. I've never been to any of with this many famous people in attendance. Oh, Joshua, it's been quite some time since I last saw you. It has. I didn't know you were here, Mayor Klaus. The mayors of each city of Liberl cities and towns were invited, I believe. Not sure why I was the one. I'm not sure why I was, when I didn't do all that much to contribute to anything, but I decided to attend nonetheless. Not true at all. I heard the food supplies that were delivered to Bose and Grenzel were done so on your orders. See, this is like going back to like my point at the end of SC, where it's like I expected Falcom to just write in little details about certain things. It's like these were the writers that went into so much detail about the food that they're still carrying on going on like the food situation during the Orbital shutdown, that it feels out of place that they missed something. That's what I'm getting at. It's like they're so meticulous in so many little things here and there, like again the food situation, but they missed something. It's like, oh, kind of strange. I was particularly well received here, and we all know how dire things were at the time. But as much right to be here being thanked for your efforts as anyone else. It was? Well, that's certainly a relief to hear. Thank you very much for letting me know, Joshua. Let's do come back to Rona to visit. I'm sure everyone would be overjoyed to see how you're doing. It's finally all over. Just goes to show that if we endure, the goddess will eventually extend her hand of salvation to us all. It's reassuring to know. Poor Mr. Murdoch. I'm afraid we're still got a lot of work on our plate. The orphan factories under ZCF are operating at less than 28% of their full capacity. Then we still need to finish rebuilding the Capel systems, work on overhauling the RSA. My workload's not looking lighter anytime soon. You need something to drink, sir? We have plenty available, alcohol or otherwise. Could you fetch me a cup of tea? Hello? Don't you run away from me. Do you need some drink, sir? I just told you! Greetings, Joshua. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart all our lost schemes and return peace to Liberl. The debt of gratitude we owe you is beyond measure. Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We might have been the ones who entered the Liberl Arc, but we wouldn't have had a chance of success if we were on our own. It's only because of you, Richard Kurt, and the others fighting on the ground that we were able to succeed. We could certainly say the same of you, though it is true that none of us could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting the chance to thank you personally for all you did. The faith we had in you to see your work through to the end was just what we needed to fight. Yes, I'm not usually one for praying, but even I found myself looking to the goddess when the Liberl Arc started collapsing. So relieved you all came back to us unharmed. Because that's the thing I'm waiting for a little explanation is, it would have created big waves. What happened? Is there enough food available for you? No. If there's anything you would like more of, please feel free to let me know. Drumsticks. Chicken drumsticks. I love chicken drumsticks. Enough food available for you? Chicken drummies! Oh, my chicken drummies! Oh, it's you. I've heard you've been lending a hand with the restoration efforts in addition to all you did with the Liberl Arc. You have my thanks. You're quite welcome, sir. I wasn't expecting him to thank me. I wonder if something happened. Brace Guild has helped us in a number of ways recently. You have my thanks. Careful and wary about going to places. Oh, ho, ho, hello, you two. You two look comfortable. Oh, if it isn't Joshua. Care to join us for a few drinks? Don't be shy now. The night is only just beginning. But I want to see those exquisite amber eyes of yours swim before it comes to a close. Good, thanks. Ah, come on, we're at a celebration banquet here. Don't be a spoil sport. Oh, I know. Why don't we have a few drinks to celebrate you becoming a senior bracer at the same time? Feels like it was ages ago, but we never did get to celebrate your promotion. Only Estelle's. Say, Shara. About Luciola. Silly Joshua. What are you getting all worried about her for? You really needn't be. Shara's right. Especially not now. We all have our concerns and worries after all that happened over the past few weeks and months. This is not the time to be thinking about them. This is time to be making merry and drowning in fine drink. From sunset to sunrise. Right. Don't think there's ever a time for not making merry as far as you're concerned. He's got a point, though. Oh, and while I've got the chance to say this to you, no more going off on your own, you hear? No idea how worried Estelle was about you. After you last disappeared, I could barely bring myself to watch her. I won't. No intention to do anything like that again. I'm fine now. Well, if you say so. That docile expression of yours is so adorable, Joshua. Don't go showing off that face too much tonight, alright? Feels like no amount of alcohol's enough to get me drunk lately. I don't know what's up with me. On the positive side, though, maybe now I can actually beat Ina in a drinking contest. Trust her to find a positive in that. Anyway, it's about time I seriously start thinking about returning to Roland, Maybe I've finally got what it takes to beat Ina in a drinking contest, too. Olivia, is it okay for you to be here in Liberl? I would have thought you'd be needed back in the Empire. Well, I will go back, eventually. Now, however, I intend to savor the lingering feelings of this whirlwind of a ride. remaining behind afford me the chance to attend this wonderful party to boot. Incidentally, Shara, will you forgive me if this is just my imagination? You're not drinking a little too quickly? You're starting to scare me a little. Okay, so we want to go down there. I kind of want to avoid, like, the stealth situation, so... Ah, Joshua. I'm surprised to see you here, Dad. What you said over the phone, you wouldn't be able to attend because you were so swamped? Oh, swamped is an understatement. Transporting goods need to get the country back in order, making sure every area has all the utilities it needs, drowning in work. It'll take a while longer before we can say Liberl is back to normal too, I fear. Come to think of it, Stella and I certainly didn't expect to find soldiers even in Liberl's smaller villages. So it threw us off to see as much while we were helping out where we could. It'll come as a surprise if you're the one responsible, though. It should go a long way toward helping people feel at ease. It's times like these when we've got to do all we can for one another, and the army's no different. Betabonia and Calvert's internal political situation's a mystery to us. One of them. The reorganization of the army has had to be shelved for now, too. Still, no matter how busy a man is, everyone needs to kick back in a while. Make sure you make the most of tonight, Joshua. I think you need to kick back more than I do, Dad. Stell's been pretty worried about you, you know? There's no need to worry about me, I'm hanging in there. In fact, I'd say I'm taking it too easy. Worry about me. In fact, I'm taking it easy while passing along the tough jobs to you guys. Yeah, fair enough. Guess we'll go down here now. Ambassador Cochrane. It's nice to be able to attend a banquet like this. Truly drives home the point that this nation is back at peace again. The trouble regarding the Liberl arc and subsequent restoration efforts have really shown me anew how capable the Queen Alicia is. She's handled all that's happening impeccably. If all of this had happened in the Republic, it wouldn't have been resolved anywhere near as smoothly, let me tell you. Speaking of the Republic, Parliament is still very much in confusion over the orbital shutdown phenomena. Say nothing of those steam tanks of Erebonia's. It's going to be quite a while before things settle down there too, I'd wager. Yes. How's it going, Joshua? Hello, Zen. Thanks again for the help you've been giving with the restoration efforts. Don't know what we would have done without you. Hey, think nothing of it. It's all part of being a bracer, really. Can't say how much longer I'll be able to lend a helping hand, though. Gotta pack up and head back home at some point. Political situation isn't exactly stable over there, you see. Oh dear, oh dear. Was that why Kilika wasn't able to make it then? Yeah, the guild receptionists basically chained to the seats at the moment. Though to be honest, I can't picture her getting all dressed up and coming to a party like this anyway. There's Chloe. Why, hello, Joshua. Tonight's party is hosted by Her Majesty in all her grace. I do hope you'll enjoy yourself. I'm wary of speaking to Chloe as well, because this is also Chloe's event, so it's been very, very, very Joshua-based at the moment. Oh. You're always welcome back at the castle anytime. I'd be more than happy to help you get dolled up for the occasion too. I'm never wearing a maid outfit again, just so you know. Now that everything's back to normal, feels like all that happened that day was some sort of dream. Certainly rather believe it was. Seeing the castle gates fall and the scary people charging through was like a nightmare. Thought I was going to faint at the sight of it all. It's maid, I need some food. Niall told me not to move on my own, so I'm stuck here. Still haven't gotten any food. So I'll just have to fill myself up with liquids instead. Who's this guy? Oh, Kevin. Wasn't expecting you to still be in Liberl. Oh, sup? You were invited too, huh? Makes sense. So, having fun. You better be. Take it from me. If you don't make the most of times like these and eat your heart out, you're gonna regret it later. Thank you very much for all you did for me, Kevin. If you hadn't come to Liberl when you did, I don't sweat it. Not like I did anything special. Glad to see all the side effects look about gone, too. Looking spiffy these days, Joshua. But yeah, just forget about owing me or whatever. It's all in the past now. I'm not sure if I should ask this, but are you... Joshua? No, I'm not going to be in Liberl for much longer. This might be the last time we meet for a while. But I hope we'll get a chance to see each other again one day. In a cube or something. What? Nothing. Yeah, I hope so too. Damn, this someone stinks like a little piece of heaven in my mouth. I wish I could take a lifetime supply of it back home with me. Right, next up I need to give the guests the drink. And what did I need to do after that? Hey, Joshua. Didn't expect to see you guys here. You were invited then? Sure was, an invitation just showed up out of nowhere. You can imagine our surprise when we saw the thing. No way we were turning down some high-class grub, though, so we hurried on over. It's very like you. I'm not gonna deny it. On the other side, thanks to Her Majesty potting us, we're now free to walk around in the open. It's like we should start thinking about how to make a good, honest living for ourselves. Not the first time you've said that. Something about wanting to start up a courier service, right? I don't think there's anything in it. Well, maybe, but that's not the only thing we could try out. Whatever we settle on, it should involve flying the skies. That's how we've lived so far. I don't want to change now. So the best thing about starting up a company is be able to employ all the guys who worked under us or are in the Sky Bandit business. I mean, I ain't saying it's gonna be easy. We don't have any funding, and we don't know if we'll even be profitable once we do get things up and running. Much. You're not gonna hear me say no. All the complicated financial stuff goes right over my head. Just don't count on me there. Might even be right up Josette's alley. Alright, let's see what's going on around here. Annalise seems to be involved with the staring. It was an honor to be able to put my skills to the test in making tonight's many dishes. I do hope they will be to your satisfaction. Please have your fill. Having a party like this makes it feel like peace has finally returned to the castle. It certainly hasn't felt like that in days leading up to it. We were all busy cleaning up things until a few days ago. Don't know what those society people were trying to achieve by causing us so much trouble. It was an experience I hope I never have to go through again. It's good to see you again, Alman. Heard you were here as Bracer Guild's representative today, is that true? Indeed. All of the other receptionists are busy, you see. I was the only one able to attend. That's too bad. Isn't it, though? This would have been a fine time for us to exchange information. But oh well. It's always tomorrow, as they say. The receptionists of all the other branches were too busy to come today, I'm afraid. Would have been nice to get together with them at some point and exchange info. I suppose that will just have to wait for another time. Greetings, Joshua. You've done some fine work these past couple of weeks. Damage reports on the regions of Liberl you've been providing have proved invaluable in allocating personnel. I can't thank you enough. Oh, you needn't thank me. By the way, Kurt, I feel like I need to say something regarding my Bracer badge. As you probably already know, what power I have was given to me by the Society. While becoming a Bracer, I used to commit many unforgivable crimes, too. No matter how much I think about it, I just can't see how someone like me is fit to call himself a Bracer. You know, Joshua, I've always seen power as an imperfect concept. And that's why I believe people are able to use it. Am I wrong? No, I suppose not. And what difference is there between us? We are both keenly aware of our flaws, and yet we both use what limited power we have to do what we believe to be right. I see no difference. Well, I can't really argue with that logic. So I can't pretend to be completely confident in myself, though. But be that as it may, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You should simply continue striving to overcome it. And while this is but my personal opinion, I'd say you're a model Bracer. Still, I'm feeling keenly these days just how much I need to improve myself. I'd love to go on some kind of extensive training program, but this hardly seems the time for that. Perhaps I'll bring up the matter with Elnham once things have calmed down a little. And this is one hell of a party. I normally work as a chef over at the Sanctime Gate. I was called over here to help. It's a real huge honor to be able to help out at an occasion this spectacular. protector. I doubt I'll ever get an opportunity like this again. Wow, I didn't know Josette was from nobility. I was pictured Erebonian nobles as being really stuffy and scary. But maybe there are a few cute ones mixed in there. Really, really nice. After all the work we've been doing lately, it's great to be able to come to a swanky place like this and put our feet up. Food's pretty good too. Munch. It's wow just how much energy these two have. It was like this? Pretty much. I swear it's like watching two children squabble. It's great that we're peaceful again and all, but these two are taking things a little too easy. Could you two stop fighting? Alright, let's see. I figured that'd be the case. Looks like I'm the most fit to be at this party after all. Because I've been to plenty of high society gatherings wearing poofy dresses. Hey, don't make it sound like I've never worn a dress before. Because I have, for your information. Just don't need to go around trying to convince everyone that I'm not a boy, unlike some people I could name. Try saying that I look like a boy again and see what happens. Look, you two, I appreciate that you have your differences. We're kind of in a really public, really high-class place here, so could you take this fight somewhere else? Shut up, Joshua. Well, sorry. Okay then, have it your way. How about you and me settle this with an honorable duel? Think you can handle it? Damn right I can. You're on. Just don't cry when you realize you can't actually beat me though. Oh dear. Alright, so let's get you two. Ah, if it isn't Joshua. I was just discussing the aftermath of the crisis here with a major vendor. Fortunately, the Liberl Ark's collapse caused little direct damage by itself. Might not have been the case if there had been any ships on the lake at the time, but due in part to the orbital shutdown phenomenon, none were. The tsunami afterward was quite small too. I'd say we were rather fortunate. This, again, my little nitpick from SC, just, you know, this like, Falcom normally just write in little things that explain away all these things that were going on. It's like, whether or not I believe it would be a bigger tsunami is irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. They covered it. That's what I expect. Just little things like that. Right, it's done. There you go. The tsunami afterward was quite small too. Done. Stan and I were able to see as much when we travelled around the lakeshore. Few people who were watching the city collapse were caught up in it, and a small number of fishermen were splashed with water, but that's about it. Indeed, if anything, the much greater problem was the confusion that came about as a result of losing orbital power. Liberl is, after all, one of the most advanced nations on the continent when it comes to orbital technology. Ordinarily, that is one of our greatest strengths, but in this case, it worked against us. The crisis is now past. That doesn't mean our work is done. There are plenty ahead of us to take care of. It's like, I'm hoping that my little nitpick, will actually get explained in this game, and they'll be like, that's gone. It's entirely possible. Liberl's abundance of orbital technology ended up working against it this time, regrettably. The crisis is now past, but that doesn't mean our work is done. We still have plenty ahead of us to take care of. The confusion created on Erebonia's southern edge as a result of the orbital shutdown phenomena calmed itself down rather quickly. But over in Erebonia, no more is being reported about the city than that it was a mysterious floating object. However, the central government is still in confusion about, and that's why it isn't releasing any more information, just the man. Pardon? Oh, is that the boy you were speaking of earlier? That's correct, this is Joshua. Just telling the ambassador here about your various accomplishments, Joshua. It's an honor to finally meet you. I'm the resident Erebonian ambassador here in Liberl, Liberl Training. It's nice to meet you. The tale of how you flew on top of that flying city, all while knowing it may be the last thing you did, brought tears to my eyes. Are you able to participate in an operation that may have brought your death, casting aside even your girlfriend's objections? I don't know. But I know this. Liberl needs more young men and women like you. Thank you for saying so, sir. What has the Duke been telling him? About saying how touched I am to see such spirit from our youths of today. Are truly Liberl's greatest treasure. What have you been telling him? But all was well that ended well. For by a miraculous chance the two were able to reunite. What? Wait. Ah, good evening to you. Thank you so much for making the time to attend tonight's banquet. Oh, not at all. How are you feeling now after having some time to recover, Philip Twills? I'm feeling quite well. You're too kind. I do believe I may have overexerted myself. That's how things are once you've reached a certain age. I find myself wondering whether I would have been able to do more if I were 30 years younger, but I suppose there's little point in doing so. I know what he looked like 30 years ago. Nope. Sorry, Philip Twills, I just can't picture it. The Duke has been a much more positive, forward-thinking man since that day. The fact alone makes all I did feel worthwhile. It's like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders watching him now. Well, I'm feeling like I'm going to, rather than speak to these guys, end this part here. We've done a lot of rounds. You know how it works with the rounds. They take a chunk of time, don't they? They really do. And then we'll speak to Chloe at the start of the next part. But anyway, please do enjoy yourselves at the banquet. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid you may not pass beyond this point. The stairs lead to Her Highness's private chamber. Well, there we go. So, we'll see you in the next part, when we continue and speak to Chloe, Queen, and Niall. Yes, Queen, not the Queen. Queen, the band.